What if I told you that the world's most famous haunted doll isn't where this story begins? Long before Annabelle terrified movie audiences, another doll was already surrounded by one of the world's most chilling legends. Her name was Okiku. The story began in 1918, when a 17-year-old boy named Eikichi Suzuki bought a traditional Japanese doll for his 2-year-old sister, Okiku. She loved the doll immediately. She carried it everywhere, slept with it every night, and refused to let it out of her sight. Sadly, only a year later, Okiku became seriously ill and passed away. Heartbroken, her family placed the doll on a small altar in their home as a way to remember their daughter. Every day they prayed beside it, believing it kept her memory alive. Then something unusual reportedly happened. According to the family, the doll's short black hair slowly began to grow. At first they thought they were imagining it, but over time they believed it became noticeably longer. Convinced that the doll carried a connection to their daughter, they eventually entrusted it to Monenji Temple, where it remains today. The temple has cared for the doll for decades, and its hair has reportedly been trimmed several times over the years. Some people believe this is evidence that the hair continues to grow. But as famous as Okiku became, another doll on the other side of the world would eventually become even more well known. According to reports, the story began in 1970 when a nursing student received the doll as a birthday present from her mother. She placed it in the apartment she shared with a roommate, never expecting it to become one of the world's most famous horror legends. Soon, strange stories began to spread. The roommates claimed the doll was often found sitting in places when no one remembered leaving it. They also reported discovering handwritten notes on parchment paper that they insisted didn't belong to anyone in the apartment. Looking for answers, they contacted paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. After examining the case, the Warrens believed the reported events were not caused by the doll itself. They decided to remove the doll from the apartment and eventually placed it inside a secured glass display case at their museum in Connecticut. Even today, the Okiku doll quietly remains inside a Japanese temple, while Annabelle continues to attract curious visitors through the stories surrounding her. So here's the question. If you had the chance to spend one night alone with only one of these dolls, which would you choose, Okiku or Annabelle? Let me know your answer in the comments, if you dare.